Tefl-Dude, he is the Tefl-Dude, he is the Tefl-Dude, Jack-a-Dude. Hi, Tefl-Dude here. Welcome to part 2 of our How to Upgrade Your SSD on a Surface Pro 3. In this part of the program, I'm going to show you 4 steps. Step 1. Downloading the Windows ISO file. That is both the original from the Microsoft website and the new Spring Creators Edition of 2018. Step 2, which is the installation of the ISO on a USB stick so that you can install Windows via the USB with no need of a CD. Step 3, installing a clean version of Windows 10 on the Surface Pro 3 new msata SSD. And finally, step 4, the installation of the necessary driver for Surface Pro 3. So, let's begin. Okay, so this is part 1. And in this part, we're going to download the ISO files that we need. So let's go to the Microsoft website, and here you can see you can download the update now, but this is for the October of last year Fall Creators Update. This isn't what we want, plus they're not offering us the ISO file anyway. Now this is late March 31st, and in 10 days time the new ISO is meant to be available and coming out. However, they may only offer you an update. There is a way around this, and because I'm on a Windows PC, they know this, and so therefore they want me to update. But if you go into Google Chrome, use a Google Chrome browser, and with this add-on, which is called User Agent, I'll just show you where this is. So if you go to your settings, sorry, not your settings, more tools, go to extensions, and in extensions, if you click the hamburger, on the bottom go to Open Chrome Web Store and simply type in User Agent switcher, and when you click on that, as you can see, I've already got this installed, and the agent switcher helps you to get the ISO. How does it do this? Well, what you do is, while on the website, I simply click the user agent and say that I'm on a Chrome on Ubuntu, and as you can see already, the website is changing. It says I can download the ISO file now. So all I have to do is choose the Windows 10, confirm, and then choose the English edition, confirm, and I'll choose 64-bit. And there you can see it's downloading. If I go to my downloading page, you can see that's going to take about 30 minutes. And it'll be a lot quicker than updating, which can take 8 or 9 hours. I've heard some horror stories. But anyway, you can see I'm downloading it quite fast. I'm going to cancel that because while this one is good, it's not the latest. So for now, because I'm an impatient boy, there is a website here where you can download the 64-bit French, English and US ISO, and everyone says on the internet they're pretty sure that this is going to be the final release. So if you're a bit like me and impatient and you'd like to try it out, this is as good as it gets. So I'll click on here. This word here means download, and as you can see, if I go back to my downloads, it's gonna take 26 minutes. Now I've already done this, so I'm going to cancel out here, and you can see the website again. Here's the website for the other ISO, and that's it, we're done. Now we can move on to part 2, where we install the ISO on a USB. Okay, so welcome to part 2, and in this part we're going to install the ISO onto a USB stick. So I've already put in a USB stick into my computer, and you can see that here. Don't worry about the name changes when you install different things on there. So I have a clean USB file. Doesn't matter if it's clean, the installer will clean it for you. So next we need to go to the RUFUS website. Again, links will be below, and you need to download the RUFUS file. So here you can see it downloading again. I've already downloaded it before. Once it's downloaded, all you need to do is click in the search bar, RUFUS, and at the top you just have to right click and run as administrator. So we're going to run this as administrator. I'll just turn off the website. So now here you have the settings. The first part is the actual USB. That's the thing it can see. That's my USB stick here, the D-band. That's the name of it. So you can see that's the name. It recognizes it. The next, you have choices of these 3. Now, for our demo, installing on the Surface Pro 3, we're going to use the GPT, and in the second part we're going to have the FAT32. These 2 settings are specifically aimed at the tablet market. You need these if you're going to install in most tablets. So the next thing is the byte size, leave that alone. The name, you can write what you like, and normally all the settings you just leave them as they are. So you click here to look for your image, and my image is on my desktop. Here it is, that I downloaded before, and I open. And there you have the settings. Check, because sometimes this setting might jump to NTFS. Check these 2 settings again, it's very important. And then you simply have to press start and it will finish. Before I do click the start, I'd like you to be aware of installing on other devices. And if you try to install on a normal laptop, doing it by this method, it won't work unless you put NTFS. So the GTP for new laptops with NTFS, you click start and it will work for your laptop. Now if you have a laptop that's older than 5 years, it may not have this UEFI system. In that case, you will need to choose the MBR partition at the top for BIOS, and then you can install it onto an older laptop that was running Windows 7. Now you may be wondering, you're not sure if your laptop is MBR. I'll just show you a quick way to find out if it is or not. If you have this icon, simply click open and go to manage and disk management. However, if for some reason you don't have this icon, just go to the Cortana and write manage, and you'll see computer management. Simply right click, run as administrator, and you'll be taken to the same page. Simply go to your disk management, and this is where your hard drives are. And you'll notice the only way to find out if my disks are MBR or GPT is if I right click. Most of it's grayed out, and you can just see here it says convert to MBR disk. Now it says convert to MBR because it knows it's a GPT. So if you right click on yours and here it says convert to GPT, then you have an MBR disk, and you need to choose these settings according to your laptop. So if you see it's MBR, choose MBR. If you realize it's GPT, choose GPT. However, both of them, no matter what laptop, will need NTFS. So, back to where we were. We're going to use FAT32 because it's a tablet, GPT because it's a modern tablet, and I'm simply going to start. You can see it says all the data on this device will be erased. Let's just move that out of the way. All the data on the device will be destroyed. Fine, destroy it. And then this will take maybe 5 or 10 minutes, not to worry. So I'm going to pause here, run it through, and then we'll have our USB stick ready. So once it's finished, all you have to do, it says ready, you just press close and then take the USB stick out. Okay, just before we go to install the software on the tablet, because I won't be doing it with any internet on the tablet, I'm going to download the driver for the tablet on this laptop. So let's go to the website, and here you can see this, you can copy the link that is below. This is the site for the Surface Pro 3 download. So we click download, and while there are many different things to choose from, the only one we need is the latest download, which is the Surface Pro 3 Win 10 15063. So we click this and simply click next. As you can see, the Surface is downloading, and I will put this on a USB stick and install it later once I've installed Windows on the tablet. Now we have just booted up the system, and as you can see, because there's nothing on the SSD card, it's gone straight into the BIOS. Normally, to get into the BIOS, you would hold down the volume button and just press the power button and then let go, and hold down the volume button until you see the Surface logo. And we're going to have to do that again anyway. So here we have the buttons enabled, and we're going to get rid of the secure boot. So disable secure boot. Well, maybe before that we'll just delete all these keys, delete the secure boot keys, and disable the secure boot control. We will change this to USB, and then we'll exit the setup. Before that, I'm just going to pop in the ISO that I made on the USB, and so we'll exit the setup. Now the red screen comes on because it's not a secure boot. That will change once we've installed Windows. Excellent, wonderful. So now it's booted into the system quite easily, and we will just change the keyboard, because I don't live in the US, the United Kingdom, and just click next. Install now. Okay. And I'm going to accept the license agreement. Click next. And as usual, you do not upgrade. I'll just zoom in here. See that what we want to do is custom install advanced. Simply click next. And away we go. Now this will take a little while, not long, because it is Windows 10. It will probably only take 10 or 15 minutes. As you can see, it's already on 7, 8, 10% in about 1 minute. So I'll pause and come back when it's finished. Okay, so we're coming up to 90% now, and that has taken all of 7 minutes according to the recording. Like I said before, this red logo will go away once we bring back the secure boot. But for now, this is a necessary evil, you could say. Now you'll notice it's just rebooted back into the USB. So what that means is it needs to reboot into itself. So I'm going to take out the USB stick, click close, and yes, I want to cancel this installation because it's already been installed, and we'll let it boot up again.
Hi there, I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help. A little sign in here, a touch of Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you plan to do. Use your voice or the keyboard along the way, and if you'd like me to stay quiet, just select the little microphone icon towards the bottom of your screen. If you need an assistive screen reader, press the Windows, Control, and Enter keys at the same time to turn on Narrator. Okay, enough intro. Let's dig in. Your region is set to the United Kingdom. Is that right?
Yes.
Your keyboard is set to US. Want to stick with that?
No.
Which keyboard do you want to use?
Spanish.
I've got that you want to use Spanish. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you also type with another keyboard layout?
No.
Now let's get you connected to a network. That way you can get updates, apps, and cat videos as soon as possible. How about the first one on the list? Want to use that one?
Now I've skipped the internet connection just because Windows is always faster in installing if it's not looking for updates and other stuff. Just get it on your PC quick as possible. The updates you can do later.
Type what you want to name your account.
Okay, so I'm not really gonna I'll change this later. I'll probably reinstall later again, so I'll just put Bob.
Okay, now type a password for your account.
I will skip this as I don't need one at the moment.
Hey, look, that's me, Cortana. Can I have permission to use the info I need to do my best work?
All of this depends if you're a fan of Cortana. If we say no,
Let's get things set up the way you'd like them.
we'll have a look
First
what
up,
options
would
we
you like
get.
to use your voice to talk with me and other apps on this device?
For me, I'll say yes. But you can easily say no. Some people are a bit paranoid about Microsoft knowing everything that you say.
Next, can Microsoft and other apps use your location to help you with directions, weather, and more?
Again, I'm going to say yes because I'm not bothered that Microsoft know where I am. And it helps with apps such as the weather and if I'm driving.
And if you ever lose your device, here's where you get to choose if you want help finding it.
Now this is interesting too, because normally iPad and iPhones have this ability, and now it seems Windows has it too, so I'm going to say yes.
Now, choose how you want to help Microsoft to diagnose and fix problems. Then select Accept.
Well, I'm going to go for the basic, because
You can help improve language recognition and suggestions for apps and services that run on Windows. If you want to do that, select Accept.
what does it say? It says send inking typing to improve suggestions, to improve recognition. No, I don't need that.
Next up, choose how tailored you want your tips, offers, and suggestions to be. Then select Accept.
I'll click no, but you can click yes. I just don't want any ads, or at least as
Last
possible.
up for these settings, choose whether you want your ads to be more relevant to you. Then, once again, select Accept.
Again, I don't want any advertising.
Almost done now. We just need to get a few more things polished up for you, and Windows will be all yours. Looking forward to helping out.
Okay. Okay, now I've put the driver on the desktop, and here you can see it's Surface Pro Windows 10 version 15. Zoom in there. So that's the newest version that's available. So I'm going to right click and run. Oh, you don't need to right click, just install it. Okay, this is the only driver you need. So before I install it, we'll see if the volume button's working. No. So the volume up and down button isn't working, but after this, it should be. Now I'm going to take that. I had a mini SSD card in there, a mini micro SD card, and you can see it's still red. Now we're going to change that once we have the drivers installed and everything's completed, and then we'll get the usual interface, the black screen with the white Surface logo. Okay, let's see now if the volume button works. As you can see, there it is, volume icon going up and down, and even the volume off button when I use the keyboards. Everything's fantastic now. We will do that later. So that's the only driver you need, and now I want to see if this, you can see, probably now you can see this new face of the update, which has this weird glowing stuff going on. Plus, one other bonus I'll let you know about is you're allowed 10 people in this, and you can actually pile them up here instead of having them going along here. If you just wish to see that, you can see here in the taskbar system. That's not it. Taskbar. And if we go down, you'll see you're allowed up to 10 people on your notification bar or in the column, which is quite cool. So let's exit out of there. Now all we have to do is fix that red screen. So we're going back and we're going to put the automatic boot loader on, or the secure boot loader. So in order to do that, we will have to switch off and then go into the BIOS. So I shut down, and we're going to go into the BIOS by holding the volume down button and pressing the on button quickly. So let's try it again. This time I'll try volume up, see if I have any joy there. I'm going to press it on, hold the volume up button until I see Surface. It's the volume up button, wouldn't you know? So as you can see, what we need to do is just change the bootloader to straight SSD and to enable the secure boot. Now you've enabled it here, and what you have to do is click on install all factory keys, and we'll click Windows and third party UEFI default. So click that. We have it now. So let's see what happens when we exit and install and reboot. Yes. See, we've got the Surface logo, no red screen, perfect, everything's done, it's all completed. And so now you have your new installation of Windows your new SSD card, fresh install, all the drivers, and all you have to do is reinstall your programs that you had before. So activation should be automatic. If you go to the activation area to Windows Activate, see update and security. So when you go on activation, unable to reach Windows activation. So yeah, because I haven't enabled the internet. But all you have to do is enable the internet, go to your activation, and Windows knows what your key is. And you can go in to Microsoft and find out your key, but they actually know it once you log on. They'll remember the motherboard and everything. The only thing that would happen is if you change the motherboard slightly, then it wouldn't recognize your PC. But everything's working, that's fine. So enjoy your new 500 GB Surface Pro as I am doing.